Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at my all-time 5-star psychedelic records. These are just albums that I just love to death, and it's been a while since I've made like a list video, so figured no time like the present. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, consider subscribing. It'll help me out a lot. And yeah, let's just get started with this video. Tomorrow by Tomorrow, self-titled, 1968. This is the Record Store Day splattered vinyl mono thingy going on. Incredible British pop psych. This features Steve Howe from Yes on guitar. Just mind-blowing stuff. I'd love to upgrade to an original copy of that. Yeah, we got a lot of records to blow through, so I won't spend too long on each one. Ogden's Nut Gone Flake by The Small Faces. When I was getting into psych, I found The Small Faces and I just fell in love with them. They became one of my favorite groups. This is a record I found pretty early on in my collecting, and I just played it to death. I know this album like the back of my hand. Played it a million times. Then I upgraded to an original, and yeah, got the cool fold-out cover and all. This next record was sitting at the top of my want list for years. I mean, I wanted this so bad. SF Sorrow by The Pretty Things. This album just really takes you on a journey. It's just absolutely amazing. I mean, from start to finish, not a bad second on this record. Just so good. Yeah, first US press, really clean one too, which I picked up last year, I think, and I just played it to death again. Oh, this next one is so good. The End, Introspection. Again, British pop psych, but just perfect. This is produced by Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones. Yeah, pretty similar to Tomorrow, I guess you could say. But maybe a little more poppy, a little more Beatlesque, if you will. But absolutely incredible. I mean, just, again, perfect. Not a bad second. Literally one of the best psych albums ever made, in my opinion. It's the first US, and yeah, just absolutely incredible. This next one is some heat. Easter Everywhere by the 13th Floor Elevators. This is a first US with the Posturos misprint down there, and it's got the inner sleeve and everything. But man, speaking of like when I was getting into psych, I had bought one of the reissues of this record. You know, not a particularly good reissue, but I just played this all the time, and it's like it just opens up with Slip Inside This House, and as soon as you put the needle down and you hear that those drums kick in, like it's just phenomenal. This one also just completely lifts you up, takes you to a different world. It's just this incredible record. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching my channel, you know about it. But you know, this is really just, I think this is a perfect record. Incredible. Now we're gonna throw in some common stuff that I would honestly rate 5 stars. Magical Mystery Tour. Like, if I'm putting on a Beatles album, this might be the one that I go to. I know it's not technically an album. It's kind of more of a compilation of like EP stuff and some singles, but you've got Magical Mystery Tour, of course. The Fool on the Hill, Blue Jay Way, is really one of the best psych tracks of all time. And I Am the Walrus, of course, and Strawberry Fields. Like, come on, it's just 5 stars. Sgt Pepper. Don't know what else to say. This is a US mono. I'd love a UK mono, but again, mind-blowing. Revolver. I remember when I was riding the bus to school in middle school, I'd listened to Rubber Soul thousands of times, and I was like, okay, maybe it's time to graduate to the next album. So I played Revolver, and it just blew my mind. Every single track. I mean, She Said, absolutely incredible. But I remember getting around to Tomorrow Never Knows, and I just remember the first time ever hearing that song. I was probably 13 years old, and it just blew my mind. Like this is just absolutely incredible. This is the first UK stereo that I got um, earlier this year, I believe. But yeah, The Doors, Strange Days, and the self-titled. I mean, come on. You can't talk great psych records without talking The Doors a little bit. I mean, these are both just perfect to me. Even songs like Horse Latitudes, I think it leads really well into Moonlight Drive. When the Music's Over, probably my favorite Doors song. I'll say it. It's just an absolutely incredible, um, just my favorite Doors song is probably When the Music's Over. I mean, it's just incredible. Yeah, can't make a psych video without mentioning those two, and this one. Jimi Hendrix, Experience, Axis Bold as Love. Absolutely mind blowing. Again, I remember hearing this for the first time and just being just blown away by it. And I had this reissue that I had for years that I just played like every day. This is just one of the most influential records of all time, and it's absolutely essential. This one is not really psych, but I figured I'd throw it up here. The Kinks are the Village Green Preservation Society. Up there in my top 10 records of all time. For some reason, this album just hits me in the perfect way. Incredible songwriting. This is the first US press, but yeah, just fantastic. I mean, come on. Next, we've got one that's on every single psych list in existence. Probably on, I think it's on a psych list I made as like my second video ever, but Love Forever Changes. This is such a sophisticated pop record. It's the arrangements are just incredible, and the songwriting is just top notch, and it's just so beautiful and so complex and so just perfect. This is really a perfect record to me. This is a really nice first US press that I found last year, which I was very stoked about. But yeah, this is another one. I had a reissue for the longest time, and I just played it like every day. This and Axis Bold as Love. I can't get enough of this album. I mean, I remember putting the needle down when I bought the reissue and just loving it. This next one was a blind buy for me back when, you know, I first started getting into psych just because I liked the cover. The Moody Blues, In Search of the Lost Chord. Another album that just takes you on this musical journey. It is absolutely incredible. I mean, this is like, you can get this album for $5 or less, you know. It's so affordable, so cheap, and just perfect. I mean, the songs flow together beautifully. You've got House of Four Doors, and then Legend of a Mind, and then House of Four Doors Part 2. And that is just, that's all you need to hear. And then you got songs like The Actor, which is just amazing, and The Word, and ending with Om, this kind of Eastern influenced psychedelic type thing. This is a UK repress of some sort. The Mooney Blue is just one of my favorite groups, really. I play their records all the time, you know, and I like making these list videos because I get to show stuff that's like, this isn't like a valuable record by any means, but the music is on par with the rest of these, to me, I think. Just fantastic. Yeah, a record I don't talk about enough. This is probably on every single person's 5 stars psych records list. Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Yeah, you already know, Syd Barrett, all that stuff. Astronomy, Domine, absolutely probably like the strongest opening track that they could have picked. Just amazing. And it just goes right into Lucifer Sam, and it's just so good. I mean, I know I keep saying that. Yeah, this is a reissue, obviously. Um, I don't know when I'll own some sort of UK earlier press because they are through the roof in terms of price. But I'd love to have the US press too, even though, it changes the track listing around. I'm a big fan of the singles that are putting out at this time, and I'd probably have both the UK and the US pressing. Procol Harum, self-titled. Um, yeah, A Whiter Shade of Pale is on this. One of the most, well, on the US press. Procol Harum, self-titled. Honestly, I think I prefer the US version of this record, which includes A Whiter Shade of Pale, which is just, a perfect song. But man, the other cuts on this record are just amazing. If you listen to songs like She Wandered Through the Garden Fence, so good. Something Following Me, Outside the Gates of Surtees, ending with Kaleidoscope, Salad Days, Repent Walpurgis, I believe is how you say that. This cover art is like the definition of psychedelic music. And yeah, this is a mono copy with a promo sticker, and it's got the poster on the inside, which is sweet. Yeah, I found this at a flea market a while back and couldn't be more happy to own like a just perfect copy. This record, I feel like people talk about this record like they like it, but I don't. I think this is one of the greatest psych records ever made. It's just got everything. SRC. This came out on Capitol in 1968, I believe. Um, Gary Quackenbush plays the lead guitar on this, and he's just phenomenal. I mean, it's like mind blowing stuff, and the tone that he produced on this record is out of this world. I mean, it's like fuzz, acid soaked, um, amazing, and yeah, like they're like catchy pop kind of tracks that are just like drenched in this deep psychedelic guitar solos and organ, and oh my god, it's just so good. This is not like an insanely rare psych record. These can be had for like $50 or less. Um, yeah, seriously, one of my favorite albums of all time. Strawberry Alarm Clock, Wake Up It's Tomorrow. Yeah, this is a perfect copy. I bought this sealed actually. I snagged this off eBay like when I was super early on collecting, and this just blew my mind again. Phenomenal, essential. Everyone knows. Another essential if you're into psych, the United States of America. This band was very unique. At the time, they'd be touring with all these different groups, and they'd go on and they'd play off of their sheet music and stuff like that, or so I'm told. And this record actually does not have any electric guitar on it. All the guitar type sounding solos are done on the electric violin. And there's a lot of playing with radio transmitters and stuff like that, which I just think is so good. And I love when bands do that. But yeah, songwriting is fantastic on this. Ultimate Spinach, Beholden Sea. I prefer this one a little bit to their first record. I think it's just got this. They've got this. I don't know what. It's a little bit deeper. Is what I want to say. But yeah, just listen to the track Mind Flowers, and you'll know what this record's all about. One of the best. Velvet Underground, Nico. Of course, a classic pick. But Yeah, a record that I spin all the time. Just love this record. This is Zombies, Odyssey and Oracle. I think this is also in my top 10 records ever. I mean, I know this record gets a lot of hype, but I feel like it's deserved. This is just so perfect. It's pop psych at its finest. Um, yeah, this little sneak peek. This is the first Japanese press that I've not shown in a video yet. Just starting at the cover art, this is just amazing, and just going into the music, absolutely phenomenal. You'll notice a theme of albums I like. A lot of them fall in the UK pop psych type realm, which is just, I think, my favorite genre of music. It's just absolutely wonderful. But Kaleidoscope, Tangerine Dream, um, yeah, this record is so weird. Uh, the first time I heard it, I was like, "What is this?" I didn't quite understand uh, the music on here, especially the lyrics and just sort of the way that they're sung is quite odd. But there's tracks like Kaleidoscope, which just that's an instant, fantastic track. After I bought this reissue and started playing the songs over and over, I kind of really understood it. I mean, this is just it's really a grower in my opinion, but worth it because it's a great pop psych. This next record is one that I don't see barely anyone talk about, and it is really I play this all the time. Really, one of my favorite again pop psych records. Um, the Moon Without Earth. This features David Marks, who played in on the first Beach Boys record when he was like 14. This is 1968, I believe, and it is just so good. I mean, I remember I got this at this record store out in Arizona when I was visiting family. I remember just not being able to wait to put this on the turntable because there's this one period, I don't know why, but like I was playing this album every night when I was going to bed. Um, and I remember just loving it. And then I found the album and I was like beyond excited. Um, and I put it on the turntable and it was even better than I remembered. I mean, this is if you want to go away listening to one record, this is not the one. Like this is the most left field pick, but you should go listen to this. This is just a perfect pop psych record. This next one, really, again, is it psych? Not really, but Moby Grape. I mean, this is on everybody's basic psych list again, but to me, just a phenomenal record. I mean, it's got that West Coast, San Francisco sound. It's really kind of more of a folk rock type thing. Um, but they still get down and dirty, obviously. It's just another gorgeous record. I mean, I just love it so much. It wouldn't be a psychedelic video without showing my collection prized possession. Uh, July, self-titled, 1968. This is a mono white label promo. If I can get it out of the glare. Um, yeah, this is my greatest find ever. Snagged it off eBay for like a stupid price from start to finish. Like I was talking with my buddy Matthew. He was streaming this album in the car, and he was just blown away by it. And I was like, yeah, just if you want to know like what psychedelic rock is, this is like the definition. Like this is what psychedelic rock is. Like if you put this album on, you get to hear like pop psych with songs like Hello to Me and Jolly Mary and stuff like that. But it gets really deep with songs like Dandelion Seeds, You Missed It All, The Way. Um, Absolutely incredible, and just can't believe I own this record. I mean, I pull it out just to look at it, you know? It's one of those record nerd things. But yeah, 5 stars. Incredible. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I know that's a huge list. I could probably update this in years down the road when when the whole list changes, you know. But yeah, maybe I'll make some lists for other genres of records that I think are just like perfect. Um, I can't. I really picked psych because I just that's that's my genre. Like that's what I listen to most of the time. Let me know if you want me to make more lists or if I should just stick to showing off my recent finds. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch all y'all next time. Peace.